Hello, namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. I am your host Nagesh Deshpande. I'm bringing another episode of Agile Exploration Hub. So, everyone talks about agile transformation, but very few understand what truly makes it work. So, in previous episode, we did talked about failed transformation. Now,
So,
in this eye-opening episode of Agile Exploration Hub, we will talk with Uma, an enterprise agile coach and a transformation leader who has seen transformation inside out. She reveals the real secret sauce behind the lasting agile change, mindset shift, emotional intelligence, and authentic coaching. So, if you have been ever wonder what separates a coach from a process enforcer, this episode is for you. So, without wasting much time, let's welcome Uma, our today's speaker. Hi, Uma.
Hi, hi Nagesh. So
How are you?
nice I'm doing great. And it is so good that meeting you again for another episode in Agile Exploration. Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure. And then, Uma, that we have even previously we talked about a little bit about agile, transformation. Today also we are talking, but today the topic is different. What is the secret sauce about it? Maybe it can be emotional intelligence, it can be mindset, and all that. That's what we are going to discuss today. Uh, so before moving on to the questions, you want to share any, you know, you want to share any feedback about Agile Acceleration Hub with my audience?
Yeah, of course. This is a platform really giving a lot of people knowledge sharing. See, week on week consistently doing it is not so easy, right?
Right,
And people will start looking at it also. Okay, this is a platform where we get to know something new every week. So that I think it's really going wonderful, and a lot of speakers with immense knowledge, right? That is really I'm also looking forward to it. At times the very topic is announced. No, I think okay, there is something I need to watch and understand. Majority of the things we may know, but every video we get to know one thing at least, newly learning from the video and the conversations how their experiences are from the speaker side. I really love
absolutely.
it.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's the idea behind it, sharing our experience. So to my audience, we are nearing 1,000 subscribers now. So we are looking for your support.
That's great.
So watch till the end, like my video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's get on with the today's episode. Now, I want to understand, what is the real, difference um, where when we say agile adoption and transformation, and why people are
Yeah,
confused
of
about
course.
it.
Yeah. That's true actually. People think that agile adoption, transformation, everything, it's just a word change, right? It is not so. Actually, agile adoption, it's nothing but you adopt to a framework. Last time also the speaker talked about installing a framework, right?
Right, right,
So something like that. People think that okay, we need to do Scrum. Scrum has ceremonies. Scrum has roles. Everything has to be done the same way it is told, right?
right,
So it kind of following the practices
right. So we
without
just we just
understand.
read the
Yeah,
we just read the book and try to implement that. Right,
what? Yeah, so it is like doing agile, right?
right.
Just doing, following agile or doing agile. The intent will not be stuck in the mind. So what
Hmm.
happens naturally in the long run, not in the long run, after some time itself, people start telling, no, these ceremonies and meetings are wasting my time. Actually, I have to deliver, as though they think it is different and delivery is different. It is it is a vehicle they are going that they don't understand actually, right? So that is when the adoption is just doing agile without a mindset shift. Okay. And only when you talk about transformation, it is about being agile. The mindset shift, leadership behavior, everything change, culture change in the organization, then only the sustainable agility is possible. Otherwise, you will start doing agile, and
Yeah,
after some time, the agility is all gone. Okay,
right,
so agility should be part of your organization's DNA. That is what is the transformations.
right. Otherwise, you'll keep doing that monotonous work, going to the
Yeah,
ceremony, talking to people, asking them to do this, don't do this, and all that. But actual
correct,
results will be not that fruitful. Right,
correct.
right.
They don't
So
even understand why we are doing what.
exactly why we are doing it. Right. That's the key thing. Right. And actually, I've discussed this thing in the previous episode also. Even Scrum Master unable to explain it why we are doing it. Okay.
Hmm.
So from that, I'm coming to my next question. Even though it can be a separate episode itself, this question, but what is
Yeah.
the difference here? Scrum Master and Agile Coach. In at least let's put it in a frame of a transformation kind of a journey.
Okay, okay, fine. See, Scrum Master is it's a scope change, I would say, actually. Scope itself is different. Many confuses with Scrum Master can be Agile Coach can be Scrum Master. Of course, Scrum Master can scale up to Agile
Mm,
Coach in the long run, actually. Okay. Agile Coach anyhow can play the role of a Scrum Master. What the difference is? Scrum Master is at the team level.
right,
He or she can handle one or two teams. At the team level, whatever changes are required, Scrum principles, Scrum values, how they need to take up the ceremonies, applying the Scrum knowledge, Agile values, everything, the Scrum Master will take care of how the team can transform, okay, within the scope of work. Say, I could say he is working within the system.
right.
At the other side, right? On the other side, if you look at the Agile coach, he works on the system. So
Absolutely.
the Agile coach needs to work on the leadership behavior change, cultural change, mindset shift. So that what happens is the entire organization will start shifting actually to agile, whatever they were doing before. There is a change,
Right,
right? And they start practicing the way they collaborate, the way they start working itself. Okay, with courage. See the values we know, right? How they committed to work and
right.
courageously they start discussing with people with the psychological safety
Absolutely.
and commitment, focus, everything is possible. Openness, with openness, they do. All that will be imbibed actually by the people. That is possible by the coach. Actually, the coach will
Absolutely.
start making the shift actually on the system.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, what I perceive, like, to summarize this, like, coach will work with entire organization, right?
Yes, at the
So it
organization
can be,
level.
yeah, different functions, it can be different teams, different project, different programs, as well as leadership. Whereas Scrum Master, no one's stopping him, but actually he works with only two or three teams where they deliver the things. But in reality, no
Correct.
one's stopping a Scrum Master to go into other function and discuss the issues
Of
and all
course,
that.
he
Yeah.
can provide his best
Right,
practices shared with you in the community of practices, what we call,
right,
right? All
right,
that, of course, its scope is limited because he's supposed to work on this team and provide the delivery. That is the impediments tracking, removing the impediments. All that is the Scrum Master's responsibility. But whereas in the Agile Coach, he works with the team, Scrum Masters, and everybody to make them understand how they can solve their problems on their own. That is
right.
how a Scrum Master, sorry, the Agile Coach works at the org level.
Org level, right. Now, in previous discussion, like just a while ago, you said that Scrum Master, or when Agile adoption happens, we start working something, and then after immediate immediately sometime we feel, oh, it's boring, it's not working, all that. Now, if I wear a hat of agile coach and I have to start, you know, doing coaching, agile coaching, in long term, how it will, affect on the long term agility, mindset, or even culture.
Yeah. See, if long-term agility is nothing but the entire organization looks or changed into a something better, right?
Right. Hmm.
Continuous improvement is in their DNA itself. Like
Hmm.
they always work towards sustainable agility. Changes,
Right.
see, making a change is maybe a easier thing because with the structured framework, with the roles, everything identified, you can start working on it. Yes, change is done. But how do you maintain the agility, right? At the long run. For that, see how you think the organization can change into something new and sustain it. It is possible only people understand that this is the purpose. See, the alignment should happen from the strategy, structure, and culture. Everything should be in alignment.
Right.
Automatically, people understand that why we are executing something because the organization vision is to be aligned with the team goals, right? The
Hmm.
alignment should happen. Strategy and execution should be possible. And culturally, the team has to understand that we need to work together, collaborate and work. Okay, many a times we might have seen that team members are working in silos. All these are the anti-patterns we might have seen. So all those patterns need to be corrected. So
Corrected. Yeah.
then only the agility can be sustainable. So anti-patterns can be corrected only when people understand anti-patterns exist and what need to be done to change that. Okay, for that, they naturally require a help from the agile coach. See, agile coach comes, sits and just listens to your ceremony or sit with you for the ceremony. They understand that how many anti-patterns are there in your, how you, the way of working, how you are working itself. Okay, they start, see, what we do as agile coaches, we never go and tell them, no, no, all these need to be corrected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way we never tell them,
Never work
right?
like
We
that.
just
Yeah.
tell them, actually how, what is the end goal? What is the
Right.
expectation?
Right.
How do you align with the organization's vision, strategy? How do you want to execute? Naturally, they'll start identifying one by one what is that they are going, where they are going wrong. Okay, say for example, I'll just give you one simple example. It is not, of course, in alignment with the organization strategy also. So something simple. Say retrospection is a important event, ceremony to
Event.
be done.
Right.
Many a times people think that why retrospection? So unnecessarily we are working on something. Let me go and work on my delivery, things like that.
Delivery. Hmm.
Okay, and once people understand that, that is where you have the continuous improvement possible. You can talk about what is not working out in your team. Okay,
Hmm.
what
Right.
what did you do wrong in the previous thing which can be corrected? All that when they understood, and of course, the agile coaches run a lot of gamified way of doing retrospectives. So the interest can be created and people start doing it. What happens is the action items will not be tracked. They come and play something as a in a retrospective and then they go away.
Yeah.
After you explain why this is important, how this can be incorporated in your next sprint or subsequent sprints, right? There itself, people understand that, okay, this has to be tracked. Okay, the agile coaches, if they stop here, you next time when you go there, the team will say that we are tracking action items in an Excel sheet. You say, very good. Yes, you have started tracking it. But do you think it is a better way of tracking? Is there anything better? Then the team says, no, no, this itself is working out very well. We have all the open items, closed items, things like that. Then you ask actually. So How do you the efforts are captured, and why there are so many open items when you ask? No, people say that no, actually we have our work also, right? This action item also to be tracked, right? That is why we are not able to close many items. Then you need to tell them actually why it is not brought into your regular streamlined Jira itself,
Right,
right?
right.
You need
Mm.
not tell Jira also. You need to tell them how do you track the effort. When you are not tracking, naturally people, whoever you're given as ownership, right, they will not take it up. And then when you ask them, they will think, and as a team, they come back and say, can we take it to Jira? Can we use one by one? Can we bring it to that?
Right,
So you are not making, you are not telling the people that bring it to Jira, start doing it. You just tell them what is that going wrong and how do you correct it. That is what.
right.
So Agile Coach's role is everywhere you just ask open-ended questions so that the team think they understand. Oh, we are doing this kind of thing. This can be done in a better way. Okay, when the team understands and they come up with the solution, they will never go wrong. They will
Absolutely.
start improving one by one, actually, right?
Right.
So that is what is an agile coach role for the long-term agility, sustainable agility. Every time a Scrum Master handhold the team to go into the next level. That is what is happening. The long-term
Right.
agility possible with the structural change, cultural change, and the leadership behavior change. Team itself changing their perspective actually. Say
If you're a Scrum Master and if you're watching this episode till now, so what I'll share two things here. So first thing, start asking solutions to your team instead of you providing the solutions. That way you will gain the trust of the team first of all, and second thing, you are slowly walking on the path of becoming an agile coach. One thing. Second thing, the example about retrospective items being tracked into the Jira. If you go to my LinkedIn and read the articles, I posted one article about a similar thing under story mapping activity where you can track your retrospective user stories into the Jira. You put the action items on the team members, and you track whether the retrospective item has been ticked off, yes or no. So do check out my LinkedIn. I will provide the LinkedIn details into the description box. Now we did mm, discussed about lot of anti patterns here, Uma. But one of the key anti pattern when transformation happens, people are not willing to let go their leadership or command and control attitude. You know, we are coming from that era or that type of culture where the command and control works very well. But now, uh, you know, can command and control be replaced by coaching?
yes, actually, in certain cases, I do agree that banking kind of environment, you cannot leave the control. Of course,
Right.
command is not required. Control might be required because the risk assessment, everything is very critical actually over there, right? So in those cases, actually, the control can be provided by the leadership as a direction. What is the direction and
Right.
what is the boundary? Okay, so that the team can play around within the boundary actually.
Right.
Yes, especially when the leadership changes their command and control to the coaching style, right? You just imagine the team will be very closer to the leadership and there will not be any fear.
Hmm.
So fear becomes the trust. Say the leadership is coaching you on so aspects, what is expected, strategy, execution, everything. They start coming back, the team come back and says that, can we do this way?
Hmm.
Can it work? Kind of. Okay, so the fear is transformed to a trust factor. So they
Absolutely.
trust you and talk about, there is a feedback loop exist actually, right? Starting initiated. So that way, it is helping the leadership also to understand that how a thing can be done in a better way. Okay, that is one. Another thing is about the team themselves take ownership on items actually.
Absolutely,
Every
yes.
time the leadership need not pushing down, this is what you need to do, kind of. Direction has to be given, but that doesn't mean that at the task level, direction is not required, right? So, what need to be achieved should be given to the team. How it has to be achieved, the team has to decide actually how
Team
we
has to
can
decide
achieve
that.
that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that way they take more ownership, accountability, and even if it fails, the team takes the ownership and correct it immediately. Fail fast, things like that, right?
Right.
So that way, coaching when the leadership adapts coaching, that helps the team as well as for the leadership to sustain the agility action. Would be really helpful.
Nice. And then now coming back to the coaching thing, so lot of people do certifications. So beyond certification, what are the personal attribute contributes to an agile coach effectiveness?
Yeah. Certification, of course, help because we understand things in a broader perspective.
Right.
But then you cannot, you can teach the framework. Okay, team teach the framework or whatever it is. But how do you make a cultural shift? That is possible only when you apply your personal traits. We talked about emotional intelligence
Right.
and active listening. Already we have spoken about those things actually. Humility. So when you try to understand people from their shoes, what they are trying to say, right?
Right.
You can connect with them easily, and they openly open up and say, because many a times I have seen those who are working in silos also, they try to come back and say that this is how I have been working for past 15 years, 20 years, okay, or 10 years, whatever it is, and you are asking me to collaborate. All of a sudden I am losing my identity. Okay, and all my skills will be combined with the team. Then how do I get the recognition, kind of
Right.
things, right?
Hmm.
And those are really challenging questions. It is not that easy to make a person understand actually this is how agile works, right?
Hmm.
So, but then when you are listening to them, what their concerns are, and then ask them and then tell them that teamwork, especially I talk to my teams, together each one achieve more. That is what is a team, right? So when you are collaborating with the team and being a leader, like just imagine that you have so much of experience and thing. If you can distribute that with the team, and your team work will be it goes to the next level, and
Hmm.
you should feel happy about how your team is performing because of you. Those kind of changes, no, it is not one day when we speak with the person, it will not happen. You just give a ear to them, approach, they can come back to you every time, because it is not coaching cannot be done on one night and then next day everyone change. That will never happen.
No, no, it's not a
So
silver bullet because
humility, yeah,
yeah.
correct. Cultural shift happens only because only you can make the people understand and change them.
Right.
Okay, they should understand why this has to happen this way, so that we get the results. That everyone has to have the shared goal, shared purpose, right? The structure and everything. So when they understand that this is how the strategy, structure, people, culture, everything should be in alignment. When they understand that, automatically things will start changing. So you need to have humility and courage to speak to the power. Sometimes what happens, people come and pour on so many things to you as a coach because they trust you,
Hmm.
and you just get everything and keep quiet. What is the use? Nothing changed, right? For them, will they talk to you next time the same
No,
with the same trust? No,
no,
right?
no, not at
So
all. Yeah.
you need to take to the leadership and say that these are the concerns actually. this can be changed in a simpler way this way. So can we work on that? So leadership also should give an ear to that and start to know. That is why I said leadership behavior has to change.
Right.
And you need to have the curiosity to learn the people, the system, um, how the patterns are changing. Everywhere you need to have an eye on, right? You cannot simply, okay, I come today, I do this, I go. You need to see the change, how things
Absolutely.
are changing,
Right.
accordingly, how you can improve.
Right.
That's
So
so
you need to understand the patterns, daily patterns, see
correct.
the how things are unfolding, how it was um, 2 or 3 sprints ago, how it's unfolding now. That pattern you need to understand. Based on that, you have to change your approach, the communication style. Everything has to be changed. Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Now coming to our last question of the day, what kind of guidance you will provide someone who wants to work as an agile coach?
okay. So if someone wants to take up agile coach role, they must be a people person. Okay,
Right.
first thing. Okay, so you should have a genuine interest towards people,
Right.
how you can improve their ways of working. For that, you need to, as I told, you need to give an ear to them. See, sometimes I might be in a meeting. I used to tell the scrum masters, anytime you can disturb me, don't ever think that this is a silly question, so I should not ask uh, something like that. Because when you are learning, you will have so many questions. Whatever comes to your mind, anytime you ask me. So they ping me during a meeting or something, right? So what I do, because I am attending the meeting, I try to see if I ever, sometimes we are a passive attendant, participant
Right.
in a meeting, sometimes
Mm.
active participant. When I am an active participant, I put a D&D. When I am passive, then only people ping me actually. So at that time, I just tell this particular problem I have, or this is a query. So why don't you consult a another scrum master? I just to direct them so that the person might have already worked on it. Okay, you get a solution over there. So these are possible only with the community of practice and things like that. And you have a good knowledge about each and every scrum master, every team, what they are doing, and things like that. So if you are a strong techie, probably you may not fit in this role. Okay, and I'm not a people person. Yes, it's a strong techie plus people person. Yes, of course, you can do that. But then that is one. And then the emotional quotient, right? If you are not patient enough to listen to people, active listening is not possible, then it is very difficult. So if you feel that you have a good communication skill, you can make people understand better and emotionally. Uh, because sometimes, no, you feel that you need to repeat certain things. It may not at one go, things will not change. A lot of patience, humility is required. And then the other thing is you should have the passion for coaching also.
Coaching
Oh,
also.
okay, the way you connect with people and coach them to take to the next level, asking open-ended questions, because don't give the solution as we have already spoke about. You need to
Right.
make one important thing I would like to say is uh, to make the agility run for long time, sustainable agility, how you can make people reinforce, recalibrate, reflect on things that you need to work on. So,
Right.
so these are the traits Agile coach should have actually. So that is what I would like to say. So that
Thank
is
you.
possible only when that it is.
Right. So thanks once again, Uma. And to my audience, if you really enjoyed this episode, I'll suggest you to read one of the articles written on the same topic by Uma. I'll share the link in the description box. And once again, Uma, really thank you for being such a wonderful speaker on the Agile Exploration Hub. Looking forward for another recording.
Thank you so much, Nagesh. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye bye.